Good morning and welcome to 7 at 7, your daily news capsule to get you clued in for the day. It's Friday, the 6th of December, and I'm your host Anirban Chaudhary. Starting with global markets, US stocks fell for the first time in 5 sessions ahead of jobs data that will help determine whether the Fed will cut interest rates in December. The S&P 500 dropped 0.2% and the tech-heavy Nasdaq 100 declined 0.3%. Elsewhere, equities in Australia and futures in Japan and Hong Kong all fell, taking cues from the downbeat mood on Wall Street. South Korea was down too. Remember, the country's president imposed martial law earlier this week to counter anti-state forces, but reversed the decision within hours after facing backlash from the public. India's benchmark indices are expected to open higher today. Everyone's now looking at the monetary policy meeting, which comes after India registered the slowest GDP growth in 7 quarters recently. OPEC Plus is hitting a pause on its oil production hike, now delaying increases until April 2025 instead of the originally planned January. The group, which controls around half the world's oil supply, extended its current output cuts aimed at propping up prices amidst weak global demand until the end of 2026. This includes continuing deep reductions of 5.86 million barrels per day across member nations. Saudi Arabia and Russia are leading the charge with extra voluntary cuts to stabilize the market, while countries like the UAE gained approval to slightly increase their production. Coming to the neighborhood, Bangladesh, still in political turmoil, is significantly curbing imports of gold and cotton from India, citing a focus on safeguarding its forex reserves. This move comes as the country looks to manage its economic challenges amidst slowing exports and rising costs. The restriction primarily affects Indian textile and jewelry exporters reliant on this market. India, of course, remains a key trade partner, and experts view this as a strategic pause rather than a long-term shift. Big India news. The government is planning a major shift in satellite communication norms, potentially easing restrictions for global players like Elon Musk's Starlink and Amazon's Kuiper. The reforms aim to allow greater flexibility in satellite network management, removing strict geographic bindings on terminals. Industry insiders believe this will attract foreign investments and spur advancements in India's broadband connectivity landscape. However, security concerns remain a point of debate among policymakers. The Department of Telecommunications is seeking feedback from key stakeholders. Chinese consumer electronics maker OnePlus has announced a 6,000 crore rupees investment in India to scale up its manufacturing and R&D. This strategic push focuses on developing cutting-edge tech and making India a global hub for OnePlus devices. With initiatives aligned with India's Make in India vision, the company seeks to enhance local production and create jobs. Upcoming products are expected to feature India-led innovations for global markets. Latest developments from the insolvency court. N-Acre Asset Reconstruction Company has secured the winning bid to manage Essel Group's 9,000 crore rupees bad loan portfolio. This development could bring a resolution to Essel's debt troubles, enabling the group to refocus on its core businesses. The takeover involves restructuring efforts to streamline operations and manage liabilities. Here's some interesting news on sustainable fundraising. The National Highways Authority of India is set to issue 1,000 crore rupees in green bonds to fund eco-friendly initiatives on the Delhi-Mumbai Expressway. This marks NHAI's move into sustainable financing, focusing on reducing carbon emissions in infrastructure projects. Experts believe this will set a precedent for green funding in India's highway sector. The issuance is slated for the second week of December. That's it for today. Don't forget to read ET for more news and analysis. This is your host Anirban Chaudhary signing off. Have a good day and weekend.